I know it's a hard thing to gauge, but with all the experience and your involvement in academia and research and what have you, I'm curious as to whether or not there is any kind of difference between outcomes with regard to someone that stays home and then someone that's in a professional facility.
Yeah, that's a great question. So one of the most important things for just about everybody, but especially someone who is developing dementia or is in the middle of dementia, is to have lots of social interaction. And if the choices between someone living in their own home versus someone living either with extended family or with or in a facility of any type, it's almost always better, 90 times out of 100, maybe 99 times out of 100, to leave your own home and go to another place where there's lots of people around. So, every person's different, every family's different. Sometimes it works out well to have, mom or dad or a brother or a sister, or an uncle or an aunt, sort of come, live in the house with you. And then, you and your friends and families, can, hopefully provide that very important social interactions around the dinner table, involved in activities. And even if they're not, for example, playing Scrabble or something like that, they can still be in the same room. They can be included in the conversation, and things like that. They can be asked for advice, even if you're not really going to take it, that is really important. And then for people who don't have the opportunity to move in with friends or family for whatever reason, going to I'm going to use the word a community rather than a facility, but it's just another word for a facility. Going to a community where there can be other people around that they can interact with is just really important. And there are lots of studies to show that people do much better being with others. In fact, the pandemic has helped us to understand the importance of being with people more than ever. And the studies show that when people become socially isolated, which doesn't have to do with the feeling of loneliness, but has to do with literally like the number of people that the individual sees over time. When people become socially isolated, they develop dementia and memory loss much more commonly and more rapidly than do people that have lots of social interactions.
Hey folks, connecting with your benefits is our primary mission, and the SITREP is providing more options than ever.
Subscribe to our free email newsletter, subscribe to our audio podcast channel, or subscribe to our content on YouTube.
For details and links, check out the description below.